Hello! I'm surprised this looks so crooked in the camera, because in real life it looks okay. Oh. That's my problem. Hello, everybody. All, 12 people I feel like I can't see right now. Hold on. Trying to be... I said 12. It's 11. I didn't wait that long to start today, but it is what it is. How is everyone? Is the audio sounding okay? Because we remember how my last video went. It turns out there's a button on my audio interface that is essentially the make the audio sound good button that I didn't know that I needed to use. So, I'm doing pretty good today. That's why we're actually streaming for once, because I can't seem to find the time to do this ever. So, what do we have today? I know. Well, so what happened was on the 24th of June, about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks tomorrow, was my birthday. And right before my birthday, I'm talking midnight the night before, we were coming back from dinner. I was in my friend's car, actually, just because of how it was distributed. And my boyfriend hit a raccoon with the car, and it blew a hole through my bumper. And because I had a guy drive into my door and another guy rip my wiper blades off and kick a dent into the other door this year, I was like, oh, we can't call the insurance again. So I had a mental breakdown on my birthday instead. And then I was because I wanted to stream that weekend, and then I was like, I literally want to just vomit and cry all day, so that's what I did. Anyway, this is the state of my bumper. So you see how hold on. You see how all these are little hexagons? This part's specific. Whoop. So anyway, all this stuff came off, and but so because this is all I don't, custom's a bit dramatic because that would imply that I have a custom car and I don't, please. But this is the GTI Mark 8, which is the most recent one. So these types of bumpers and stuff are not readily available to exist. Anyway, so they have to order all this stuff again, and also burst the fog light and the washer fluid tank. So yes, anyway, I was big emo on my birthday. I cried and edited papers. So then I didn't stream, and then I didn't have Canada Day off, so I didn't have a long weekend that weekend, and I had it off on Friday instead. So yeah, my it was the worst birthday I've ever had in my life, actually, if I'm gonna be honest. It was not good. It was not good. The night before was fun though. Oh my god. Thank you, Debbie, for gifting 10 subscriptions. Or not subscriptions, well, that's Twitch. Memberships. I can't even see. There's the gears. Not gearing. This means I have to actually do this video early for once and actually put it up on the memberships. I need to try to figure out an actually tangible members perk, because the thing is my videos, if they're sponsored, I don't want to get sued, so I don't want to put them up early because I don't think I can. And then the other ones I just do so last minute a lot of the time that maybe I don't know. And the thing is too, I need somebody who does YouTube and is smart to help me, probably, which isn't me, to be honest. I have to find somebody who could show me how to I think what I could do is I could do an unlisted live stream, which obviously the security of is not great, but so I could do it for the patrons and the members at the same time. And then do something like that. I also what I might start doing is publishing like every month. Actually, this is something I probably will do, and I'll just make sure that it's not sponsored videos. I'll be like, no option for the sponsored videos, but I'll start releasing maybe like my scripts, like once they're done, just to see like, because a lot of people ask me stuff about like how I write the videos and how I do that kind of stuff, and I'm thinking something like that maybe would be kind of cool and epic, Thoughts on that maybe later down the line. But yeah, the raccoon was also hit at like 130 kilometers an hour, which is like what, like 70 miles an hour in your silly American numbers, something like that. Fast. Moral of the story. So that also doesn't help with the whole raccoon situation type deal. Yeah, having a raccoon blow a hole in the front of your car is a very Canada coded thing, I fear. So on the roster, sure, on the menu today, besties, right at lunchtime in Canada hours. Well, Canada has 4 time zones, but on the East Coast time zone, kilometers are so dramatic. No, y'all's is just fake. I'm taking my drive at 30 miles an hour. Cringe. 30 is a school zone. Thank you. And, well, it's because it used to be, in Canada at least, the fastest legal speed was 100 kilometers an hour, which kind of makes sense. 0 to 100, it's like a good range. Now there's some highways that do like 110. I think there might be one that does a little faster than that even, but, anyway, so what we're doing today is we're going to start by rewatching Liam McAvoy's video on Jeffree Star. So I'm scripting the Dramageddon 3 video. I'll show y'all the beautiful document that Noor has made me. Noor is helping me with videos on a sort of like volunteer basis, in the sense that they say just email me with topics that you're doing, and if I want to do it, I'll do it. And I say, sure, love that. So I emailed, Dramageddon 3, if you want to do whatever. Because contrary to to Fanita's discussion of the bag, my bag is a coin purse. So, mostly also is if I actually hired somebody, like a researcher, like for real, especially if it's somebody international, because a lot of people don't live in Canada, right? Like, Canada's like an itty bitty baby country. I want to do it like by the books, actually properly, and like, but I need to meet with my bank first because I don't know how to do anything. So that's kind of like the current predicament, anyway. But they do make these Gorgina documents. You can't see it because my hold on. They make these Gorgina documents, and I know it's zoomed out really far. Hold on. So as you can see on the screen, also I should probably say hi to everybody. Hi Gracia, hi Debbie, hi Purple Pleater, hi Cody, hi Sharky, hi Tally, Nari, everybody, Swebs, Tally Monster, hi everybody. All the people who got memberships, yippee, very epic. But yeah, here's the document that they gave me, just really cool and epic. So I just kind of, what I do is sometimes they'll give me this, and then I will obviously cross-reference everything. And then what I do is I skim this, and then when I decide what needs to go in the script and what the process is going to be, hi Katie also, and then from there I will do the script. The script, because so much other stuff goes into it, obviously this part's only like this as a concept is only like 30% of the actual script. Also, does anybody know in the chat, like, let me know, because I'm genuinely curious, does IGTV still exist? Because I'm right here. Oh my god, Mom's Basement podcast, that was crazy too. Mom's Basement was genuinely just like the messiest thing for no reason. Like, Right now, I'm here. And then... Or sorry, I lied. I'm right here. Cam Lester's IGTV video. And I know Kim... I think me and whatever her name is are the same age. And I think genuinely my ex-boyfriend's mom is this, which my ex-boyfriend and I were born a month apart. I think my mom or his mom and Keemstar are the same age. I'm actually I'm unironically being serious. Now, to be fair, he was a product of a teen pregnancy, but still, I just like when I think about that, I'm like, oh my Lord, help me. Regardless, yeah, Brandy, Braylon, Keem as in Keemstar, yeah. Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Oh my God, y'all. You're gonna hate me, okay? You're gonna hate me. I don't think I can get into the camera shot. Yes, I can a little bit. Hold on. You can see it kind of peeking out. I got a Stream Deck for my birthday, which you know what that means? I have a soundboard now. And I don't know how loud it's gonna be.
Oh, okay. And it was used in a book, huh?
I don't even know if you heard that.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, it works. So now I have an unfortunate set of sounds at my disposal. I like that one too. That one's fun. So anyway, Keemstar did in fact get engaged. And from there, we can giggle because oh my God, I'm the worst person ever. We can giggle because it looks like Keemstar just exudes midlife crisis, like, aesthetically. It's actually, like, it has me a little gagged. Here, I don't freeball searching Twitter anymore because even though, and I know, I guess, well, y'all can check who I follow. I don't follow any corn accounts, if you will. I don't. But, like, Twitter does not care that I don't. And that I don't interact with any of that content and I don't want to see it. So sometimes I just get, like, the craziest stuff just comes out. And I'm just like, okay, so I don't freeball Twitter anymore. We Google, we look it up first, okay? Because here we go.
That's what you have to say about...
That's all the sounds I have, by the way. I only have 4. If you want to suggest sound bites in the chat, I will put them onto the Stream Deck. Like, while we're streaming, I'll do it. Hopefully I don't accidentally, like, open my files. Which are also not embarrassing. But I don't want y'all to see, you know, Mika tax forms. That would be a bit silly. Genuinely, like, I don't put anything on my computer. Like, I've had to wipe my solid state drives because of one thing or another, whether that be a glitch, I got hacked that one time, whatever. Like, and I just don't care. Like, I'll nuke everything on my PC. Like, none of it matters to me. Because I never actually keep anything important like that, really. Like,
Accessibility.
oh!
Shortcuts. 14 items. Voice guide. Off.
Okay. Y'all didn't see that, thank God. My monitor is also a television. Like, it's like the Samsung M2 one, so the TV thing started yelling at me. Anyway. So this is just... giving a midlife crisis. I don't know. Also, like, I don't understand why he wants to get married to her, low-key, because I feel like the point is, like, that she is 22, if that makes sense. Like, his whole reason for, like, dating her is that she's, like, young and attractive. Like, she gonna age too, buddy. Like, the source of this reunion will eventually deplete. Like, I don't really understand. Yeah, I turned 24 last week. I turned 24 post-raccoon incident, you know? I was actually in... If you look on the, on Alex's Shook's live stream from the night of June 23rd, I'm, like, in the chat being like, hey, guys, my boyfriend hit a raccoon with my car. So, anyway, let's get into... Oh, I was watching Amberlynn Reed streams, of course. We met me before. Oh my god, have y'all watched Smokey Glow's new video? Lord. It's heavy, for sure. It was not an easy watch. Had me, like, getting kind of emo, which is weird, because usually, like, I'm not really like that for whatever reason. That gets, like, I feel empathy, of course. And I feel strong senses of empathy and stuff, but I never get, like, in my own stuff, you know? But with that video, I was, for sure. I was like, oh my god. I think it's just, to have someone have to deal with so much so young is just really hard to deal with. Because she's only, like, well, she's 29. She's 5 years older than me. It's not that old, you know? Especially because, like, what, at 27... I think she was, like, set to get married. She was going to buy a house. She had to sell the house. I was like, damn. Anyway. This is what we're doing first. I'm speeding it up a little bit. Cry to your mom. Slow it down your end if you want to. Let's go.
Hundreds of DMs and even some emails from people who had actually like worked with Jeffree Star before or was around him during his MySpace era, all wanting to share like little bits of information. In his interview with both Chris Henson and Davi, he blatantly lied. Some of Jeffree Star's victims confirmed.
Because I have dirt on everyone, and they know to keep their mouths shut.
Is this the dirt he was talking about? This website is no longer up and available because it was actually taken down by the FBI. Girl, this is some serious shit. What does all this actually mean? Alright, hi fairies. So this video is going to be a follow-up to my first video about Jeffree Star.
Oh lord, again.
So that video kind of popped off.
Jesus Christ.
It originally just started out as a small little project I wanted to share with you, but a lot of people seem to like it and find it really informative. But one of the biggest critiques of that video was what was the purpose of it?
You did this for what?
A lot of people were wondering what's the point of a video like this, and I kind of agree. I honestly really don't fucking know what the point of that video was. But it really started to get me thinking, because I don't really like doing drama or tea videos, but I don't mind doing commentary videos. I ended up getting hundreds of DMs and even some emails from people who had actually like worked with Jeffree Star before or was around him during his MySpace era, all wanting to share like little bits of information. And I know that's hot tea and exclusive receipts.
I'm stupid. We need to watch... Okay, wait, hold on. I'm disorganized. This is June 12th. Okay, when's the other one that I just watched? Was that after?
I ended up...
Wait, am I... Lol, hold on. So that's June 12th. That's what I just watched. I need to watch that.
Prescription cream, I think.
Okay, we're in the right order now. So hold on. So I just watched this one.
It's very good. See,
Oh,
You know, skipping ahead to an...
This is talking about, like, is this with the Lunar Beauty, right? Wait, this is a okay. I need to collect myself. What video did I just watch? Hello? I watched... This palette sucks butts. I had it and I hated it so much. Okay, I found what Jeffree Star was hired.
Jeffree Star Cosmetics.
Okay. May 50th. So I am watching this in the right order. Okay. That's June 12th, and then this is August. So I need to watch this one next. Okay. But what I was going to say is the thing I need to do first, per this beautiful research document that I'm obsessed with, is we need to watch Cam Lester's IGTV video. That's what I was getting at. My mic is quiet. Oh my god. Oh, it's because I have the filter on it now. Is that better? Please let me know if that's better. It's because if y'all watch my I'm Alex video, which I apologize for that in advance. Or in retrospect. But I was not re-recording that. I would have rather, scream cried, TBH. Working with a mic that's like this is a way different beast than the other ones. The other ones, will condense stuff for you. And sort of, smooth it out for you. Which doesn't sound as good when, you're actually speaking. Like this, I feel like this is clearer, but the issue is that this is a lot more thinking on my part, if that makes sense. So, the audio interface, because the audio interface is telling me that I'm peaking big time right now. But it sounds like based on, well, now I have a filter too, which helps, obviously. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it, nice. Anyway, can someone let me know if IGTV still even exists? Because I'm curious, is what I was getting at before. Hello. This is why I'm not a streamer, because I can't keep my thoughts. I can't keep my thoughts in any sort of line when I'm doing stuff live.
This is my truth. I'm going to be talking about why I no longer support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and Shane Dawson. This has been really hard. I've actually been processing this for months. But let me start with the story. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I'm going to try to be honest. I'm going to try to make it straightforward as possible for everyone. I can't fit everything in it because this has been going on for over a year, but this is my truth. So I'm going to start where I first felt like something was off with my relationship with Jeffree Star. The first thing was, we were cool. I didn't get any bad vibes from Jeffree. I did a campaign with him and stuff, and I was really grateful. And I'm a very grateful person. I always will be grateful for the opportunities and the connections that I benefited from Jeffree Star and Jeffree Star Cosmetics.
So I'm still peaking when oh my god. That's not me being mad at you, by the way. It's me being annoyed that this is confusing in the way that it is. It seems to be staying green for the most part now. I feel like this might be a good middle ground, perchance. I suffer from success or whatever, So, but yeah, Savart or however you say that, I'm not annoyed at you at all, by the way. I'm just annoyed that I can't seem to figure this out. But, anyway.
But there were so many cons that it outweighed the pros. I remember being in Houston, so this is the first instance that something happened. I remember being in Houston, and I was there with Rich Lux to collab, and, Jeffree was there, he was doing work and business and all that kind of stuff, and we were sitting in the Louis Vuitton store with several people in the store, and I was excited, I was having fun, I was getting to kind of see the behind the scenes of Jeffree's life, and, stuff that I wanted to do once I got bigger and established into the beauty community, and I remember there was this instance where he's asking me if I like James or not. And I was just so shocked. He was like, do you like James? Do you like him? And I just was so shocked and uncomfortable because he's such a big powerhouse, and he asked me this, and I was like, I don't, I didn't even know what to say to that. I was just uncomfortable. There's people around me, and he just was so blunt and out of nowhere asked me, do you like James? And if you guys know me, James helped me with my career when I first got into the beauty space and tell my HIV story. He's always been very supportive of me. And I was like, I don't have a problem with him. Do I agree with everything he does? No. But I don't have a personal problem with him, and he's done so much for me, so why would I go against him? And he was like, well, you don't fucking owe him forever. And I just was taken back when he said that, because I was like, it all happened so fast.
The fuzzy background noise is mostly the fact that I have my door open and my fan blowing the air conditioning air around because it is unfortunately hot. It's only 25, but where my apartment is, and because there's a lot of concrete and stuff, and the windows face the sun, southward or whatever, it gets so hot up in this business that you can't constantly from from it being 22 degrees or hotter, you have to run an air conditioner, or it will be genuinely like 30 plus degrees in my living room. It's actually ridiculous. So, and this office also gets hot because my PC blows a lot of hot air. So, unfortunately, this is the reality of the situation as far as having my fans on and stuff. When I record, I close the door and everything and suffer. But I try to avoid doing that. As well with streams, it's too long to leave it open, because usually I'm on for an hour or two. So if I'm filming and it's really hot, I'll do like half an hour, and then I'll open the doors and stuff, and then I'll like do another half hour or whatever. Speaking of which, God, y'all, if I have to keep making hour-long videos while also having a real job, ugh. But like, I'm not gonna like make my videos shorter, like if it doesn't serve the purpose that I want it to serve. It's just like, I'm so tired, y'all. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Anyway, and the worst part is I fear this was not going to do that well. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. I feel like I'm getting like a 25,000 views vibe, which is not bad, and I would have loved 25,000 views a long time, like a while ago and everything, and I am very grateful and all that stuff, all that influencer stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's more that like, it's a lot of work. That's all. Because it's just a lot of editing, mostly. Oh my god, I remember my Dramageddon 2 video, like the render kept failing. I wanted to scream. Oh my god, my Dramageddon 2 one I edited for like 14 hours at least. And then this one, the iMalix video, because of the audio issue, was because I didn't press the air button on the audio interface, because that makes genuinely an entire world of difference for whatever reason. I had to like manually skim through, and all the areas where the audio would break completely, I would cut out to make it the least amount of pop as possible. So I think I edited the iMalix video for over 10 hours the other day, like straight. And for me, 10 hours is a long time, because I don't do much as far as like, you know, base, as opposed to just like basic inserts and like smoothing out and cutting stuff, you know. So 10 hours is a long time for me. So
he's like, you don't fucking owe him forever. And I just remembered that. And I was like, what? OMG. And we're in the Louis Vuitton store. So I'm just like, dang, I don't know what to even think of that. I didn't even know what to do. So I was just kind of like, you know, trying to enjoy the moment and be present. And then later that night, I got into the car with Rich Lux, and he told me himself that Jeffrey was asking, Rich Lux told me that Jeffrey thought I was talking to James at the Louis Vuitton store. And from that, when I was in that car, I knew that he automatically just didn't trust me off the jump. And this is early on in our relationship. This is in the beginning. And I was kind of hurt, because I was like, I would never do that. First, I was uncomfortable. I didn't know how to handle the situation. I didn't know what to say about the situation. I was just really uncomfortable. So my first thought was not to DM James. I'm not malicious, and I try not to do stuff like that. I just didn't know what to do. I honestly just wanted to act like it never happened, but it did happen. And that was the first instance. And there's been many things, and I've always tolerated so many things. And I've always been like, okay, like, it's not that big of a deal, Cameron. Like, it's never, like, there was never something where he personally attacked me. But there was also another situation in Houston when the next day, when we were in the hotel, and I was in his hotel, and we were just chilling. We were talking to Rich Lux again and a few other people, and I was talking to Jeffrey, and I remember Shane Dawson called, and he was going off about James Charles and something, and telling, like, just like cursing James out. And I was just like kind of taken back, because I've never seen Shane Dawson like that, and he was just going in on James.
I actually kind of still don't know who this is, if I'm going to keep it fully 100. Where's my mouse? I wish there was like indication of when they went to Houston. This was June, so it would have been, well, I guess it was still generally favorable or whatever to oh my god. It was still favorable to like James Charles, is what I'm trying to say. Massive in the drag scene. Okay, see that, like, this is not me. Okay, I have to preface with this, please. I feel like I just say this all the time because I actually forget that this is like a reality of the situation. But like, when I say like I don't know who somebody is, that is not me saying that I am the arbiter of like who should know whatever. You know, I genuinely don't touch that like in my personal life or whatever. I don't know that much about any like. I don't watch a lot of political commentators. I don't watch a lot of beauty YouTubers. I don't watch a lot of drama channels. I don't watch a lot of commentary channels. Like, I don't watch a lot of different people. It's like I'll fixate on like one specific thing and then run with it and for like 3 months and then stop. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like a widely. I used to more widely consume content, but I don't really anymore. So it's just like. Oh, yeah, like I said, I just, sometimes I feel like when I say, like, I don't know somebody, it comes off as, like, shade. It's like, no, I just don't have any idea what's going on ever. Because I don't. So, like, y'all, there's some, like, internet tea going on TikTok, but it's somebody that I knew in my real life really, really well before I made content, and even before they made content, and they are not big on the internet, but they dated someone who was for a bit, so people kind of knew who they were, and then someone made a TikTok about that girl that came up on my FYP like naturally at like when it had like 10k views, and now it has like 5 million views of TikTok about this person. And this person did some of the most nuts things to me ever. Like when I tell people, they're like, why didn't you get a restraining order? And I was like, I don't know. I just didn't think about it at the time. Like, and I want to tell y'all about it so bad. Like, I want to show y'all the stuff so bad. There's like a poem about me having BPD. There's like a whole like... But I can't, because now that it's over with that person, this was years ago too, this was like a while ago. Like, mind you, this person has just kept doing this to other people after me, essentially. Like, but because this was so long ago, and it was so terrible, like, the level that I was, like, harassed, I can't do it again. Does that make sense? It's one of those things where it's like, if I poke the bear, I'm gonna have to put up with it all over again, and I just don't want to. Really. If I have to, if my name gets breathed, y'all know, y'all will be hearing about it. I will be cracking open my laptop that has a dead CPU, ripping that hard drive out, and going back through my receipts from 2000 and whatever. Like, I will be there. But if I don't have to be, I won't. And that's sort of the, like, the issue that stands here. But understand that when I found more tea about it on Saturday and I was on the call with my bestie, I was squealing so loud into this mic from the other room. My boyfriend texted me if I was okay. Like, it was like, but yeah, like, it's, and the reason why I say this too is because this is what I wanted to get to the point, I guess, is that I don't treat, like, the internet as my actual life. Like, I try to keep as much of my life out of it as possible. I try to interact on a deep level with as few people as possible. I try to kind of really keep things, like, separate, just because this isn't, if it, like, let's pretend like this person comes back out, okay? And And things get twisted in a way that, like, I don't know how I could prove otherwise, in the sense of, like, that it would just be so traumatic to have to, like, go and find everything again or go and do everything again. I also, the phone that everything happened on, I sank by accident, so I don't have any of that anymore. And it's like, let's say with that situation in particular, because I don't know what whatever it would be. But if something happens where it's like, I have to re-traumatize myself and do all of these things to prove that I didn't do something, a la, let's say, like a Slazo situation, I wouldn't do it. I think I would, because once those ideas are planted into someone's mind, whether they're accurate or not, in any context, which you can see through, like, when I cover things in videos, and I've talked about this before, it becomes like, so, you can't shake it, really, ever. You can shake most of it, but there's always going to be a few people, and I feel like for me, I just wouldn't do it. I would just be like, okay, this is done now. Like, this, this era is over. And so that's kind of why I keep so much of it kind of separate, because if I don't want to do this anymore, I want to be able to just not do it. Like, if I'm like, okay, this person has, like, even, let's pretend it's, like, not even that, because it could easily not be that person, right? Like, somebody else, let's say, like something happened whenever I was in high school, or something happened from when I was in college, something happens when blah, blah, blah. And then someone is, like, driving force so that they don't want me to do this anymore, whatever. It's like, well, I don't really need to do this. This isn't my whole life. I'm not an influencer that dropped out of high school. I didn't put my whole life onto this, right? If I don't have to, I won't. So, and I've always wanted to keep it that way. And that's the point of the way that I conduct myself. It's the way that if I'm ever too silly on a stream and I'm, like, giggling or too much, or I'm being a little dramatic, and, like, I'm never messy about my actual life on these streams, obviously, as you could tell by my last spiel that I just went through, where I didn't even, like, give any idea as to who this person was, or what anything was talking about, or anything like that. It's, if anything ever gets anyway, I just want to have an out, because, like, I've just seen so many people get so stuck in it that they can never really shake it. And then you're like, like an Illuminati uploading for a tenth of your previous audience, and everybody hates you, But she, again, deserved, to be fair. And that's the thing, is, like, if I don't know, something, I don't know, I just never want to set myself up this, like, deep into this type of thing, because internet stuff and internet personalities are so unstable, no matter how credible you are. That's my thing. Because, again, and even from this whole spiel, somebody's gonna think that I'm guilty of something, that I'm hiding something, because I'm prefacing with these things. Believe me or not, I promise that I'm not. It's just genuinely, like I said, if something gets misconstrued out of my control, which happens all the time, and I'm not talking about, like, essay allegations, because there's gonna be the male commentary channels gonna be like, oh, brave you, what? No, like, just even, like, just anecdotes from my personal life, or I get doxxed or something like that. It's like, I just want to be able to be like, okay, cool, it was fun while it lasted, nuke everything, be done with it. That's why I carry myself in the way that I do. So I kind of don't have to do stuff like this either, really, because it's just like, this to me is fun. This to me is helping pay my student loans, because also now that I have a real job, I kind of do this so that I can live like I don't have student loans, because all of this money goes into my student loans, and then my job pays, like, my rent and stuff like that. Yeah, you also grew up without internet, so you experienced it when your brain was developed. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's, it's like, I didn't have consistent internet access to any capacity beyond, like, having it at school, or some of my friends' houses, even not all of them, before I was 17. So, yeah, I also have like a soul-sucking amount of student loans. I say that as if Americans aren't like worse off than me, but for Canada, it's bad. For Canadian standards, it's bad. My new job's going good. It's going well, I guess, grammatically. Let's be grammatically correct, Mika. You are an English teacher. I'm not teaching, actually, though. Surprisingly. Yeah, I didn't blow up at 18 and move to LA. Even if I blew up at 18, I would still... I've always been this pragmatic with this type of stuff, actually. Obviously, like, with the money management stuff probably would have been worse. But, to be fair, when I was 18, I also still lived, like, in reach of... I didn't live with my parents. I moved out at 17. Excuse me. But, I was still, like, close enough that I feel like they probably would have helped me with at least, like, how to deal with all that stuff. But, yeah. Anyway. Lore spiel over. But, yeah, regardless... Just know that if you get, like, the craziest personal drama video from me, like, talking about, like, like a 2-hour-long, like, rant, it's because I got mentioned at TikTok. So. Yeah, I also wouldn't move to LA. Well, actually, the city I live in now is where I would have moved anyways. I think if I really got, like, clouded... Maybe I'd rent an apartment in, like, Toronto and go back and forth. Because a majority of, like, Canadian creators live in Toronto. But, and, like live in an apartment and, like, share it with Elle or something. But I wouldn't, yeah. Oh, so Debbie, yeah, I got, what did I get? I got some fun little t-shirts and some workout shorts and some little... Every time I get anything from America, like if I have to order from American sites or anything, because for context, Debbie sent me an Amazon gift card. Thank you. I always get... when I have to order from America, because like the American cards translate to American Amazon, I always get water flavor packets because America deems xylitol an edible substance. And here they don't. How do I say this? The y'all's food's poison. because like the requirements for flavorings are different here. Things like water flavor packets from America are so much better than the ones here. It's the same thing as what's it called there? Like Nerds gummy clusters. If you're Canadian and the American ones are incredible. The ones here compared to the American ones are like chewing through a tire. Y'all's like Nerds gummy clusters taste like the blood of the most beautiful unicorn. And then the ones here are like just like chewing on asphalt.
And I was crazy. Like, oh, is there like there's something like brewing? There's something going on with James and Shane and Jeffrey. So I was just uncomfortable, and I just was like, I'm gonna stay over here. I don't even know what to do. I was really small at this point. I'm still pretty small, and I was just like, I'm not saying anything. I was terrified. I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna go back home and act like nothing happened, and and I kept doing that. But I knew from there, Shane wasn't the person that he was perceived online, but I didn't really have any effect. Like I don't record things. I don't have hard facts. Like this is not about receipts. This is about what my personal experience. This is all from my mouth. There is 3 sides of every story, so you can have a side and pick a side, but this is my story, and I just want to be upfront. So that situation happens, and I just knew something was brewing with James from the jump. I get back home.
About everything you need to understand, the American Nerds gummy clusters are so goated, but then the ones from Canada are trash. Like, it's the same thing I've heard that specifically the Diet Baja Blast, I think, here is really gross. And then in America are like incredible. And I know it has to be something to do with the way that the artificial sweeteners work. But like It's like the only good thing I'll say about America is like the nerds gummy clusters are so good. Anyway.
To LA, and I'm just like talking to my friends and family like what happened, and you know how I think something's going on with James Charles, and like, you know, it's really just really I was just uneasy about it. 3 months later, James had his scandal, and I always remember holding that and being like, OMG, maybe I could have came to James and maybe gave him like a warning or told him like something happened or something was about to happen, and I felt it. And I always felt like a little guilty for not ever saying anything or confessing to James because he helped me in the beginning, and I felt like I wasn't a true friend, and I really am apologetic towards James for not speaking up and not having the courage.
Okay, so based on what I'm gathering, then this was before Bye Sister. Okay, this makes this tea much hotter. Because now it's like... So this was the first seed of proof that Bye Sister was gonna happen. I see. But yeah. I get a lot of, like, electrolyte little water thingies because I go to the gym a lot, so. Right now, I'm only going, like, 2 or 3 times a week, though, rip, because I, unfortunately, have a real job. Bye Sister is when Tati got on camera. So, no, so this Dramageddon is where you get that, like... Wait. Yes. This Dramageddon is where you get that Shane Dawson... I remember. Where you get that Shane Dawson Instagram live where he's like, I hate Tati. You know what I mean? And there is... I made the most diabolical clip in one of my videos, and I want to find it. Here we go. I remember, like, you can go through when people clip your videos. Why is that unavailable? What's my like to dislike on that? It's not 50-50. I promise. Where is it? Here we go.
I'm losing my mind. This is so fucked. This is...
I'm actually gonna replay this with just like the ukulele over top.
I'm losing my mind. This is so fucked. This is... Oh my god. Okay.
This is my peak, personally.
I'm live because I can't even process. I need a drink of water. I fucking can't process.
I'm wearing the
this.
same
This
t-shirt,
is
too.
insane.
Okay, so also what I'm gonna do for any of my YouTube besties, DM me. Okay, so this is my peak. Is when I overlay.
Oh my god.
The ukulele
okay. I'm live because I can't even process.
Hi, Ofi Doki, by the way, and thank you, Hannah Pinoshi, for 3 months as a Squish Gang member. This is... Yes, I need a drink of water. Me when the tea goes too hard. Oh my god, look at my Minecraft chicken. I dropped my water bottle face down on the concrete. First time Shane Dawson's ever wanted water and not diet A&W. I tried Dr. Pepper last night for like one of the first times, I think, and it's delicious. How do people hate Dr. Pepper? I don't understand. It's so good. Yeah, I don't understand, like... Sabrina, sorry, I was just reading Sabrina putting it all in caps. This is Mikaception too right now because I see me on this side. There we go. We're gonna have two me in the same headphones, the same glasses, and the same t-shirt. Just that time I did makeup because I didn't feel like doing it right now because I was not gonna go on stream if I had to do all this after. But oh my god. I had never if I had Dr. Pepper, I actually still have the Dr. Pepper here. It's right here. That was delicious. There's a Dr. Pepper museum. Yeah, I need a passport first before I do that. I had never. So the thing is I'm a hater of brown sodas. I'm actually a hater of most sodies, personally. I don't like carbonated drinks. This right now is Gatorade Zero Grape electrolyte packet and blue raspberry syrup mixed together. That's what's in my water right now. And then I might make a strawberry matcha after this. But I've heard, like, with Americans, like, sodies have, like, a chokehold on y'all sometimes. Like, I know Amberlyn Reed is not a good parameter of what Americans are like. Okay, please don't get mad at me. But I remember, like, seeing a clip of her being like, I'll just have no water in a day. Like, I'm only drinking, like, diet sodies. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like I had, like, that Dr. Pepper, I had 2 sodas this week, which for me is, like, a crazy amount. Like, as far as, like, that's just, like, not what I drink. Yeah, see, like, I'm more of, like, a making a drink person, not, like, a soda pop person or whatever. RC Cola, oh my god. I don't even think that exists here anymore, unfortunately. But
At the time to speak up for him because I knew 3 months before he had that scandal, something bad was going to happen. And I stayed silent because I wanted to protect myself. I wanted to protect my platform. Everyone told me not to say anything. Everyone's like, it'll be a crazy move. You're gonna destroy your career. Every brand that he works with, you're not gonna work with, and you're not gonna have money like this and that. And I was scared. Like, I was just like, oh gee, I'm not gonna have a platform. I'm not like I just didn't know what to do. And James never did anything to me. I've always supported James. He's always been very sweet. He's always been very authentic to me behind the scenes. He's never, like, he's a very business-driven person, but he's never done, like, things where I have to, like, think about it and feel manipulated or fear or feel like I have to think twice about it. I've never felt like that. And that's why I felt so bad, because he never did anything. And I felt like I should have stood up in that time and said something. So there's a lot of other stuff. I just always had that, you know.
One time I was teaching my army of 12-year-olds, and I said diet sody because also the last season of, like, the season of 1,000-Pound Sisters that just passed was airing at this time. And, like, I would watch the episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters throughout the week while I was doing my makeup in the morning. Because they were, like, an hour long, but, like, I would do my makeup in, like, 15 minutes before teaching. Because I wouldn't do much. I'd do, like, a bit of concealer, you know, wax my brows, and then I would just use, like, this thing, which has, like, a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer all in it, and I would just do, like, all of them at once, and then kind of just, like, hop out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying? But I started speaking like that sometimes when I was teaching. It's like one kid came in, and I was like, you can't have diet sodies in class. And he's like, sodies? I'm like, you can't have a Diet Coke. Get out of here. Oh, man. Yes, my brother, while not a millennial, is almost a millennial. And, like, I think that man needs to go to, like, AA for bubbly specifically. Do y'all have bubbly in America? Or is it just, like, LaCroix? Or, well, LaCroix? LaCroix? These, wait, hold on. But I also got a new mic arm. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but you don't hear it squeaking all the time if I, like, breathe near it wrong, which I think I have a low profile arm now, so it's like also not in frame as much. Which I needed to have a low profile arm with how big this mic is, or just the whole frame would have been mic. Here is what I'm referring to. My brother needs to go to rehab for these. Like, yeah, I know, y'all. Like, it's the way that the way that they make this is so unhinged. The way that they make Americans feel okay with only having two choices for president that can't even string together coherent sentences for debates. Is they give you all of the sparkling waters. Like, that's how they make you guys feel okay about your democracy. Is you get, like, the good nerds gummy clusters, and you get bubbly and LaCroix and, what do they call their poppies or whatever? My boyfriend just smashed a whole case of mango. But my brother, if I remember correctly, is a blackberry bubbly girly. Like, San Pellegrino I've had and I like. Yeah, I actually like San Pellegrino. Yeah, they also use Michael Bublé to advertise it here. I love the 6 pixels of this image, though. Don't make us think about it. But yeah, like, LaCroix, it's because I know it's not actually French, but like, so like when I know somebody with that last name, like that is a last name, it's LaCroix, right? So that's why I'm like, anyway, it's, for me, it's like, I don't like the sparkling part, but I like the sweet part. So this is just the worst of both worlds for me. So that's why I'm not like a sparkling water girl. San Pellegrino is closer to like a sparkling juice, closer to like an Orangina without the pulp. So that's why I don't mind it. This was supposed to be about drama, and now we have this me and a screen full of bubblies. This is why I don't stream, because I can't do anything. Look at the title of the stream and look where we are now. Anyway, if you ever want a screenshot of what my streams are like, it's this. It's this. Me with my Apple Pencil in hand doing something. But then the rest of it is bubblies. Anyway. I feel like Apple would be gas, but I've never seen this before. I've never seen an Apple bubbly in life, but I feel like this would be pretty good. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video, and then I'm going to go get the greatest candies of all time. And I'll be back.
Weird energy. I just knew, like, all that history and all that stuff was going bad with James, and I just felt so bad, and I reached out to him, and I didn't even confess to him. I reached out to him. I was just so terrified, but I just wanted to make sure that he was personally okay, because it's a lot to handle being attacked from all angles, especially from powerhouses, and this is even scary for me because I am so small still. So fast forward, you know, things are okay. I'm just kind of keeping it under the radar. I'm still supporting Jeffrey, still supporting James. I'm still supporting, like, posting Jeffree Star Cosmetics and all that kind of stuff, and yeah. So then there's a situation, and when Mo Mitchell, I don't want to get him into this because he's not really part of the story, but we were at Mo Mitchell's event, and I remember talking about Jackie, and I was like, I think, like, you need to apologize to Jackie, or something along the lines, like, review her palette, or, you know, just kind of like, as a black influencer, I'm always going to be supportive of Jackie, and I've always looked up to her. She's always done so much, and I know Jeffrey and them didn't have the best history, but we would always, like, randomly talk about them. Even in Houston, we talked about them, and he just would nod his head, and then...
All right, y'all. So, I saw someone on TikTok review these. These are from Dollarama in Canada. Now, I need y'all to see something real quick. These are... I've been telling everyone about these that I know in real life because they're so good. They're like these little gummies that are shaped like fruit. Like the fruit that they're flavored, but they're so good. They're like so strong. And even got like... I'm trying to eat near the mic because I know it's vile. But it's like a strawberry. And then these ones, which after I eat the strawberry, I'll open these, are little soda pops. And then they got like stuff in the middle. Delicious. I've been obsessed with these. Now when I go to Dollarama, I buy like 5 bags of these. They're iconic. Anyway, I'll continue with the Gus.
I brought it up again at Mitchell's event, and I was like, hey, like, you know, we're gonna say anything, like, you know, I feel like it would really say a lot if you could apologize to Jackie in the community and all this kind of stuff. And he kind of shut it down. He's like, she doesn't deserve a fucking spot on my platform, which was understandable, and it is his platform, and he has all rights to do whatever he wants to do on his platform. And I was just left it at that, but I was definitely hurt as a black boy and a black influencer that loves Jackie, you know, that he's not trying to grow or amend that disconnect that he did, or that wrongdoing that he has done. So I was just like, whatever. It wasn't personally towards me, so I was uncomfortable, but I just was like, whatever. It really isn't.
This is how I be an influencer. You get like glitter and lasers being like, get Wegovy with my code, and I'm like, I found these candies look like grapes. I am not made for this, clearly. Speaking of being an influencer, this is just random, but I thought I'd mention it because even the brand didn't tell me. My Kitsch code still works. And it still takes off like 25% or whatever it is. It's like a good discount. I got the satin pillowcases because my boyfriend likes satin pillowcases, and Gus chewed a hole through his for some reason. And I tried the code just to like see, and it still works. I don't get a commission on it, by the way, or anything. It just saves you money. That's all it does. If you want anything, it still works. I don't think my parade one works. I can check right now, but that one still works.
Hey, it's really not his platform or his job to do it. So continue to support him, continue to, you know, do the fake maneuvering, you know, fake support. And I got to a point, like, you know, where I just felt like, hey, sorry guys. Got to a point where I just felt like I was being used as a black boy. I felt like I was always defending Jeffrey on Twitter. I was always going in, but I never got the same in return energy from him. He's done so much for me, and I used to always, like, you know, he put me in my first campaign. He's done all these things, and I'm like, let me not say anything. So I was going hard for him on Twitter because I'm getting backlash, but he would never defend up for me, so I was really hurt. And even recently, I spoke about Fenty and was like, oh, like, you know, Fenty needs to pull up, da-da-da-da, and everyone's, like, coming for me, like, aren't you, like, a Jeffree Star stan? So I'm labeled as this, you know, supporting a racist person or something like that. And I'm like, he sees what's going on because he's favoring the tweets under it, but he's not sticking up for me, or, like, you know, and I continue to speak up for him and stick up for him. And it shouldn't be tick for tack, but I think it's overwhelming, especially as a smaller influencer. You don't have all the networks, you don't have all the money in the world, and to get hate online is a lot because, you know, you're putting yourself on the line when you're going against these brands, and, you know, you don't have that much power, you don't have that much say. And I just felt like it wasn't a friendship. It was never a friendship in the beginning to start with. It was always something like I was kind of like the token black kid. And once I kind of was starting to fall back, I saw that he put my ex-best friend into a campaign recently, and I didn't care about my ex-friend being in a campaign. I was just more upset that I felt like he was trying to send a message in some way that I was replaceable as a black boy, and, you know, I don't know. I just felt like once I didn't do what he wanted me to do, he tried to bring me down, and, well, not bring me down. He just didn't want to, like, he fake supported me. He would talk about he loved me, and then he.
My parade code still works for 50%. Watch, they emailed me on Monday. They're like, man, I don't know, but it still works. I just tried it. Yeah, Kitsch, like the hair company, my code still works for, I'll check how much it is right now. I think it's like 30% or 25%, something like that. My parade code is 50 on, like, full price stuff. And, okay, wait. And that one still works also. I think they told me, like, or, like, in my, like, brief or whatever, it was, it said till July 2nd, but it still works. So, if you want to use it, it still works. So, let's see. Kitsch, everything's on sale. Like, they're doing a sale right now. This is not me advertising. This is just me saying that my code might not work. Let me see if it works. I used it on full price stuff like a week ago. Yeah. So the code doesn't apply to full full price stuff or for stuff that's already on sale. I just can't find anything that's not on sale right now, so it's just not gonna work. Is there anything that's full price still? I know, like, y'all Americans love to do, like, 4th of July situation type deals. Like, the week of 4th of July, there's a bunch of sales and stuff. Yeah, everything on Kitsch is on sale already, so my code doesn't matter. And, like, these sales are, like, 50% on average, so, like, it's better anyways. But that's so annoying, because I bought the Hello Kitty pillowcases, like, a week ago, and now they're... I bought the silver one in king size. To have a king size feather pillow because I am upper class. Thank you. I am an influencer, so I make millions of dollars for
like
king
it
size
just didn't reciprocate. It was like superficial. It was all
I did not
superficial
get it winners for $30.
Just very, very fake. Just very fake. And then recently, I was getting that backlash, and someone on his team reached out to me yesterday asking if I know any black creators on that will support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I'm like, in this climate, I really don't know, but I know recently before the Shane Dawson launch, he took off a lot of black boys in beauty right before the Shane Dawson thing launched, and he was like, or she was like, the girl that worked for him was like, basically, oh, we did that a whole PR white, and it wasn't nothing personal between the black beauty boys, but a lot of black beauty boys, like I think it was like 4 or 5, were saying that they got taken off the Shane Dawson PR list, or the Jeffree Star PR list, and haven't had PR since then. So I just always had those thoughts, and then when she called me and was asking me like who I know and stuff like that, I felt like this was a game. I felt like this continued to be a game with Jeffree and a game with Shane Dawson. Even with Shane Dawson posting me on his platform, I was grateful, but I felt like it was kind of like to silence me and be like, hey, like we're gonna just keep giving you breadcrumbs and hanging you by a string and manipulating you so you can stay quiet, so you will never speak your truth, so you won't talk about that situation in the hotel that Shane was going off and cursing out James and on FaceTime with Jeffree. Like it was just, I felt always silenced. Like I felt like I kept getting breadcrumbs. And I just now, this is not to like, and I just want to say now, this is not, there's so much more that's in between that I can't even say, but now I just want to move on with my life and have peace and not constantly think, OMG, like, did I do the right thing? Or is this the right move? Is this the right thing? Like, is this the right move that I did? I just can't be fake anymore. I just can't be that person. That was never me. Ever since I had my HIV experience, I've always tried to walk in my truth. I always tried to be the best person. I never wanted to be negative. I never wanted to bring someone down. I still don't want to bring Shane Dawson down. I still don't want to bring Jeffree Star down. That's not my job. That's not my job. My job is to tell my truth and be authentic about my truth and tell you guys what I perceived in the industry and how I perceived it. And yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I apologize to you guys for not being honest. I apologize to James for not having the courage to tell him what happened, because I had like so much weight. I was like, yo, he lost 3 million subscribers, and I knew something was up 3 months before. 3 months before. I knew there was something weird going on. I am very proud to be black. I apologize to my black community for, not saying something sooner when I knew what the truth was. I'm not saying that he has done anything racist to me. I'm not saying that he's racist, but I feel like there is race involved with it. I feel like I do benefit him and I benefit from him, so it was a tick for tack situation. But moving forward, I will no longer just be the token black person. I will no longer just be the black boy that is there to make you look good or to speak up for you, because it's not reciprocated, and also it's not right. And I shouldn't have to think every day like, OMG, like, should I speak about it or should I just stay silent? I literally have feared for my life for even speaking on this. I fear doing this live right now. I fear who's watching this. I fear people that are going to watch this. I fear for my life. I was so paranoid and so scared of this man. I thought that he could hire a hitter and kill me because he knows my PR address and he knows my address, he knows where I live, and he'll hire someone to kill me. And I was like, I don't want to go on my platform or something. Like, I really was that paranoid, and that's how scared I was. There's so much more that I haven't left out. I will try to explain more on my Instagram stories as I go and try to resolve this as healthy as possible. But right now I am standing my ground, and I will continue to use my platform for the better. Always, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye.
All right. Gus, why do you keep taunting me? He keeps running up to my chair, then I'm like, oh, come up, and he runs away. So, he can do what he wants, I guess. Free will or something. Oh my god. Did y'all see the Ethan Klein Instagram story? Where he said that, like, what was it? It was ridiculous. I screenshot it and I sent it to Elle and I was like, what the hell is going on? It was like this guy apologized for taking a picture with Ethan at the H3 live show or something. I presume this guy did like content or something. But there's a part where it says, because I'm a Zionist in quotation, what does this even mean? As if it wasn't told to him 100 times. To the on camera also. To those that use the word as an insult, it simply means anyone that believes Israel has the right to continue to exist. I think the craziest part about this is that Ethan Klein has an English degree. Like, the degree that, like, most of the stuff you do is, like, media literacy and understanding, like, the power of manipulating semantics. Like, let's just, like, even genuinely, like, removing, even though you should never remove the concepts of, like, you know, the genocidal actions and things like that, just on a pure, like, level of being platformed and being, like, in the position that you're in. Why are you that stupid? Like, that's my problem. Like, that's my issue. Is, like, you're literally being manipulated, like, so objectively manipulative, just in general. According to recent polling, citation where, I'll look it up in a second. I bet you it has something to do with, you have to put the word Israeli before Jew, is my probably, like, if to make this even remotely accurate, I feel like. I'm not going to say that's actually true. I'm going to look this up after, while I play the next video, because I do want to know. According to recent polling, this would include 90% of the world's Jewish population. That means Brad here would need to apologize for taking a photograph with 9 out of 10 Jews. Whatever criticism I have voiced for Israel, whatever financial contributions I've made to the people of Gaza, nothing will ever be enough. Because I, like 90% of all Jews, am a Zionist. I have been on the receiving end of rabid anti-Semitism ever since October 7th, but this one may be especially sad. Okay, hold on. I need to watch this one. Let me play this one.
Cute.
I'm gonna
I
do
get
some
kind of
Googling on
like
my
this,
other
like,
monitor.
pulsing.
Oh, gee, that's really loud. I'm gonna look up on my other monitor because I just don't want to, like, pull up something. Because the thing is, too, it's like, well, I guess presumably Ethan Klein would try to paint me as anti-Semitic. I'm not. I just want to see where this number comes from, because this seems uncharacteristically high. You know? So I just want to see what's going on here.
Burning sensation whenever sunlight touches my face. Alright, hi fairies. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I do be looking a little bit well lit in this video. I finally got a ring light.
She has arrived. Isn't it absolutely stunning?
I'm officially a beauty influenza now. Also, welcome to all the new people subscribing to me. I just want to say hello and welcome.
How y'all doing?
So in this video, we're going to be analyzing certain patterns in speech. I know a lot of people are saying they're just done with the tea and they don't want to hear anything else about it.
I am done with the tea.
That is why this video isn't really going to be focused on the drama. It's more going to be focused on an analysis of certain strategies deployed in these certain videos or speeches. We're really just going to be looking at the art of persuasion and the various tactics used in these videos. And I'm hoping that you'll leave this video knowing a few more terms and terminology. You may very well need to articulate your feelings, especially in a debate. The textbook I'm going to be citing in this video is actually a free open source textbook you can find online. You can download it for free on on the website publicspeakingproject.org. It's also the speech textbook I used back when I was taking speech a few semesters ago, back when they were still offering lectures. So the structure of this video is the following. Firstly, we're going to be looking at Jeffree Star's Instagram story posted on June 19th. Then Jenna Marble's video posted on June 26th, followed by Shane Dawson's video.
Okay, gang, so what I'm actually finding is it's 8 out of 10 American Jews believe in the state of, like, the ultimate state of Israel. But then when you look further into this, a lot of, like, anti-Palestinian sentiment-based, unfortunately, existing organizations, things like, there was the one that was, like, calling Hassan an anti-Semite because of the Palestine coverage stuff. Stuff like that is painting, like, that tie of, like, relating anti-Semitism to, or anti-Semitism rather, Zionism to Judaism, which is interesting because they're saying anyone who's, like, a lot of these sites that are making these claims about, you know, how many people are into the state of Israel, blah, 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 are saying that pro-Palestinian people consistently conflate Zionism to Judaism as a way of being anti-Semitic. But then Ethan Klein is being like, I love Zionism, I exist as Zionist because I want Israel to exist, or whatever. It's just a very, like, ill-informed kind of, and then to go, but I did so much for them, and it's never, like, that's so manipulative. That's just so genuinely, like, just generally manipulative. Like I said, it's like, even, it's so bad that you can remove the cause and the attachment, and it's still, that pattern still presents itself. Which is like, yeah, well, so I'm saying, like, the only thing I can find is stuff from, like, the Pew Research Center, and it says 8 in 10 U.S. Jews state that caring about Israel is essentially an important part to what being Jewish means to them. Like I said, like, there's nuance, and things are complicated in regard to, like, you know, even rectifying, like, where you come from and the colonial actions that happen, right? It's something that, like, let's say, is a very predominant part in, like, Canadian education as well. For example, too, like, German students or German people rectifying with what happened with Nazi Germany and stuff like that. There goes my AdSense also, but I didn't care. I don't care about it anyways. There's more than just, like, yeah, I guess it's just like Ethan Klein is making the criticism out to be worse than the actions at result of sharing viewpoints like he has, I think, is what I'm getting at. That's all. Because I think something too is it is a little bit harmful to paint everyone as, like, stupid sometimes, and and I think this is something that when there's a lot of propaganda going around and there's a lot of misinformation consistently flowing around, and also a lot of very, like, trigger reactions and quick releases of information, you can have a lot of people ill-informed and not equipped to talk about it. And I think that that's something that also envelops itself into these types of conversations. But I know, me talking about complex political topics while I'm juxtaposed with Shane Dawson, I think, is a bit of a disaster. So I just remembered that Instagram post, though, and I was just like, good lord, bro. It was so bad. It was so bad. Anyway.
Video posted on the same day, then moving into Tati's video posted on June 30th, and then finally Jeffree Star's video posted on July 18th. Now, while we're analyzing these things, I'm going to be doing my skincare and removing my makeup. I did a little bit of cute boy glam today. A lot of people told me they wanted just a normal kind of goofier makeup.
I also forgot that there was the voice memo between that Jeffrey sends Cam Lester after, and I want to hear it. I've never heard this before, so watch me get permabanned.
Girl, well, how much did you smoke today? I told you to grow out your facial hair, and I checked on you after your breakup. It's actually the last thing me and you spoke about. That is the most craziest, manipulative, most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I know you're upset. Your boyfriend left you. He stopped loving you. Your roommate moved out. You attacked Fenty. They didn't respond, and now people are coming for you for supporting me. So you trying to flip the script and make up a bunch of lies and make me the devil is so boring. Girl. By the way, cute goatee. Come back to earth. Girl, well, how much...
That was kind of a read. It's kind of a read, but he's also like 40. You know what I mean? Like that. That's how I feel. I actually didn't know. I've never heard this. Recipes here for the tea though, for real. Also. I wonder. Oh no. That's sad. The last tweet was like devastating news. Anyway. Alright. Now we can wait, where are we now? So we've passed this. So we need to do tab, actually. I'm getting like... Okay, there's someone just trolling in my comments. Hold on, I need to get rid of them. They're being strange. We need to do the Tab David video. Oh, wait, what? Sandra, okay. What? Are you joking? Oh. Well, then how did you find it? Oh! Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. If it loads. Oh, yes. Okay, gang. We are so back. Also, the one sad thing about these candies is they're like 80% pineapples. Okay. I watched this like whatever 4 years ago. But I did not remember. I don't remember what happened, so let's see.
Alright, I'll start by saying I've never made a video like this before. And I never wanted to make a video like this before. But it is what it is, so give you 5-6 minutes to tell you my story. And that's all I can really do. I've been trying to speak out about this.
Sabrina, when you're looking on Kitsch, I use, so it depends on your hair type, obviously. I use the castor oil one and the rice protein ones. My friend who has like curly hair, like 3C or something like that, uses the shea butter ones. So it depends on how heavy you want it. Also keep in mind, because the conditioner bar is actually good and works, it's very soft, so don't keep it in a place that's too warm or it could melt a bit. Or keep it in a soap bag, which they also sell on the website if you wanted to get one.
Since a couple weeks after Valentine's Day 2020. So I'll start with giving a little background of me and Jeffrey's friendship. We met around 13 years ago, maybe 14 years ago, off of MySpace and some similar friends that we had. and we had been involved with. And when he came to Vegas, we had just become friends and really just acquaintances online over time. And I had had my own troubles in life and kind of just disappeared from the internet for a long time and kind of just did my own thing off the internet. This is hard for me and I'm nervous because I'm not a snitch. This really does go against everything I believe in. I feel like no real friend should do this. This is not tea or whatever you guys call it. This is not cancel culture.
So Sabrina, you have the same hair type as me, so I'll pull up the ones I use. Give me a second.
I hate people being canceled. I know people can change. I'm just trying to speak my truth. But Jeffrey told me he can't be canceled, so I'm gonna make this video and see.
I use these ones. The rice water protein conditioner and the rice water protein shampoo. My only thing is, for some reason, when you use this shampoo down, it starts to get, like, sharp. Like, the way that it dries, it can dry, like, a bit jagged. So I really suggest you can buy soap bags. I think they probably have them at, like, Dollar Tree, too, I would imagine. They have really fine, nice mesh ones on the site. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, because I feel like they're, like, $6 or something. But for the shampoo specifically, I would recommend a soap bag. Oh, they're $3.75. It's not that bad. But I would really recommend the little baggie. Excuse me.
See what happens. So, I had got a message from Jeffrey saying he was coming to Vegas for Valentine's Day. And I was pretty excited about it because I hadn't seen him in a long time since the campaign I did for him. And I'm going to include those pictures in a few videos. So the story begins me coming up to the hotel room. He had his hair makeup artist, bodyguard at the time, I'm not going to mention names, and another person who was there, I'm not going to mention their name also. And we were supposed to go see Gwen Stefani actually live in concert, and basically she canceled the show. So we were all figuring out what we were going to do for the night, and I had stepped outside on the patio, and Jeffrey had told me, you know, like, wow, I can't believe she canceled the show, and continued to say a very derogatory word towards Jewish people. It starts with a K. I'm not going to repeat the word, but that's what he said about her canceling the show. And initially, you know, my stomach dropped. It hurt my feelings. I had been put into a position really where I hadn't seen Jeffrey in a couple years, and his new world and new friends and new entourage. Even in the first 10 minutes, I was pretty much overwhelmed. So we had decided to go shopping at the Crystals Mall, and his assistant had called or whatever and made sure it was cool for us to come to the store. And when we went to the store, we were looking at all this different stuff, all these different bags or whatever, or different wallets or whatever inside of the store. And Jeffrey had made a specific comment about illegal leathers and exotic animal skins that are available at Hermes, but aren't legal in the state of Los Angeles.
Sorry, I have to speed him up a little bit. I have no attention span.
The same mayor that's making exotics illegal in Los Angeles is the same mayor that is giving illegals green cards. I looked at everyone else's reaction when he said that. They all looked at me, and we all kind of just sat back and was like, wow, I can't believe he's saying this, you know, and it sucked. So we go back to the hotel room. We're getting ready for the night, and I was wearing sweatpants this particular night, and they wanted to go to a nightclub, so they had a dress code here in Vegas. We have dress codes for clubs. And I had told Jeffrey, you know, hey, I'm just gonna go home because I'd already been feeling uncomfortable, but he begged me to come to the club and was like, hey, you can wear a pair of my security guard's pants, or I could buy you a new outfit, whichever you'd like. So I was like, okay, I will take the pants from the security guard. So when we were walking to his hotel room, which was a couple of rooms down from Jeffrey's at the time, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he had told me a story about how he was an ex-police officer. And he had got fired in Miami for saying the N-word on the job. and Jeffrey flew him from Miami to be his personal bodyguard or security guard or whatever, knowing that about his past. So when he had told me that, I already had this gut-wrenching feeling. So I got back to the hotel room, I put the pants on, we went to the nightclub, and it was kind of just a mess all from there. I mean, like, the next stories will probably be just as bad. So we get back from the club, it's probably around 5 in the morning, and there had been a friend earlier in the night that was in the room that didn't attend the club with us. I'm not gonna mention the name, but they had continued to make fun of this person all day, talk about how bad their skin was, body shame them, talk about their weight, talk about their past drug abuse, talk about their recovery, just the most disgusting, horrible things for him, his crew who does hair and makeup, who works in industry, to say. He had brought up Black China, a woman of color, and talking about how stupid she was. And there was a particular time in the night where this guy named Rich Lux, or whatever his name is, he had come up to the hotel room with 2 security guards or whatever that was about, and he had bought Jeffrey a gift from Hermes, the same store we were at earlier. And Jeffrey let him stay in the room for a good 10-15 minutes. The second he left the room, Jeffrey tells me and everyone else in the room, like, yeah, he got me the cheapest thing in the store. And it's just funny, I already have that. The reason why I mention that is because he has a tendency to just talk bad about everybody, and it really just sucks, you know, like it hurts your feelings. And he has this way of kind of making it seem like it's okay. Because there was a moment where I had stood up and said, you know, I'm not cool with body shaming, and I'm not cool with people talking about people's skin, and Jeffrey had told me, you know, don't worry about it, this person does this to themselves on the internet, so it's okay for us to do it. And another one of the disturbing part of the stories is, you know, him asking me for Adderall, or to find him Adderall or bottles of Adderall. And
Adderall. Oh my god. Jeez. Adderall really seems to be... Adderall really seems to be the one that's, like, used at parties, I guess, and stuff, right? That's crazy. The, like, I've never done drugs guy, right? Being like, please, oh please, give me some Adderalls, some Addies, if you will. Man. That's all I got right now. Anyway, let's continue.
I honestly couldn't believe it. And anyone who knows Jeffrey personally knows that he does just say crazy things randomly and just says the most horrible, shocking things at all times, just to be funny or be shocking or be interesting or unique. And I don't really know exactly how to explain that or why I put up with it for so many years. I really couldn't tell you. But what I will say is, you know, Jeffrey's not trans, he's not non-binary, and he's a grown man, and he's 34 years old. And the way that he talks and treats people when not being filmed and not on the internet is a completely different situation than what he posts on the internet. And for me, it is hurtful, and it is basically all lies. Money's never been a big issue for me. I grew up in the punk scene. I don't care about money. I've never had.
Right, you're right about the... Of course, MJ is a drug thing. That's true.
It lasted so long. I'm also not a yes man, and when I have friends, I tell them the truth. And I've noticed in the last 5 years, Jeffrey surrounds himself with a lot of yes men. And if they don't agree with what he says, they get fired. Like past assistants of his or all of his old friends, every single one of them. But my question to you, Jeffrey, because I know you'll be watching this, is have you really changed? Have you really grown up like we talked about for years in text messages? Money isn't everything in this world. Fame isn't everything in this world. Views isn't everything in this world, honestly. If Jeffrey makes a video or a story on Instagram, denies my story, says any of the words that I just said were untrue or a lie, it will basically just prove in my heart that how lost and gone he truly is. I don't care about clout. I don't care about fame. I don't want anyone to follow my Instagram. I don't want anyone to attack Jeffrey. I don't want anyone to get anything out of this but the truth and what I witnessed and how I seen my friend change in front of my eyes. Jeffrey's 34 years old. I'm 32 years old. I think it's time for Jeffrey to put the internet down, honestly. Stop fighting with teenagers and kids on the internet. Stop begging for acceptance from people on the internet. Dig deep down within his soul. Understand that the words that he says have effects on people. They do hurt people. And in time, it will all catch up with you. I'm the last person in his world that he would think I would make a video like this. I shocked myself. My family's been telling me for weeks not to do this. My friends who know Jeffrey and know our history and know our friendship have told me not to make this video. And I didn't want to. And it sucks to miss a friend, to lose a friend, or gonna be missing a friend, or feel like I'm coming for him and I know he thinks everyone's jealous of him because of his money, and I'm just not that one. I've been real with him since day one. I've always been real. I've always been there for him. I'm gonna include screenshots in this video to show you that, you know, I'm legit. I've always been around and I've always known what's happened, and I'm just not really afraid to speak my mind anymore. I've spent my whole life shutting up and not speaking my truth and telling the truth and being an enabler and kind of distancing myself from the internet world and what he does and what I do, because I'm in my own lane and I do my own thing. But I will end this video on saying that I'm not afraid of being sued. I'm not afraid of legal actions because I know my truth. I know what happened. I know that I'm telling the truth, and you can take this story and do what you want. You can say that people can change overnight or change in time, but I will tell you this, Jeffrey, I really hope that maybe this video can open up your eyes and really just make you change, and really change, honestly, not just for the internet, and see how your words affect other people, and how your absence, even in the last 3 months, has given me severe anxiety, depression. I've been hurt.
So RE, the person who asked if Jeffree Star still does lives, there is like a live event on July 13th. So maybe, I guess just less often probably.
Over this, there's other people in the room that night that are dealing with the same anxiety, depression that I'm dealing with from interactions with you. And you have a young fan base, you have people who watch you. My advice to you is put the internet down, find yourself, take some therapy, and in some way, you know, I still have love for you, and it sucks. So, like I said, I don't want anyone to come try to find me. This isn't tea, this isn't canceling Jeffrey. I hope and pray one day he can truly change and just open up his heart and open up his eyes and see the real deal, and know that love and real friendship and the state of the world and all the horrible things that are going on is what's really important. It's not about saving face. It's not about the internet. So that's my story, and I'll see you guys next time.
Alright, y'all. The last video we're going to get to today. And should expect this video probably by the end of the week. Hopefully. I'm going to have to, like, probably finish the script at work. Womp womp. And then... yeah, I spend my lunch breaks usually scripting these. But yeah, anyway. I'm gonna, the last one we got is the Ashley Kyle I was on Jeffree Star's payroll video, which I've been thinking, it's been lived rent-free in my mind for like 5 years, or 4 years, or whatever. Let's see if it loads. Here we go. This one goes crazy. Bye, Jake. Have a good time. We have this cinematic masterpiece. We're putting this pretty sped up though because I'm getting too warm over here. So
Jeffree Star once texted me this with respect to James Charles.
Manipulative people prey on our sensibilities, emotional sensitivity, and especially conscientiousness. They know they have a good chance of hooking you into a relationship because you are kind. You are a kind, feeling, caring person, and of course because you want to help. They may cater to your goodness and kindness at first, often praising you for the wonderful person you are. But over time, praise of these qualities will be minimized because you are being used in the service of someone who really doesn't care about you. They really just care about what you can do for them.
Manipulative people prey on our sensibilities.
Oh, she reads it, lol.
And especially conscientiousness. They know that they have a good chance of hooking you into a relationship because you are a kind, feeling, caring, and of course, because you want to help. They may cater to your goodness and kindness at first, often praising you for the most wonderful person you are. But over time, praise of these qualities will be minimized because you are being used in the service of someone who really doesn't care about you. They really just care about what you can do for them. friendship with Jeffree Star, as well as me being on his payroll and my role in the downfall of James Charles's career last summer during Dramageddon 2. Now, the first thing that I want to say in this video is that I have never signed any type of NDA or non-disclosure agreement with Jeffree Star. And the second thing that I want to say in this video is that aside from PR, I've never received any type of gifts, money, or compensation from Jeffree Star for doing these videos. However, having said that, I did receive inside information prior to the public's knowledge, which in turn led to me getting my video up faster, getting more views, and gaining more subscribers, which ultimately resulted in more AdSense money. And the last thing that I want to say in this video is please watch this video all the way through to the very end. If you want to unsubscribe or unfollow me due to my actions, I completely understand. I do understand, and I am trying to own it. I'm taking full responsibility for my role. I think it is very important to do so. I feel so terrible. This has weighed on me for a year now, almost a year ultimately, and a lot of people are coming out right now with their experiences with Jeffree Star. Has that kind of nudged me and pushed me? Absolutely. And I know a lot of people are going to say that I'm making this video for clout. Let me just say, I don't care about clout. You guys know that. I've never cared about clout. I'm a mom. I do these videos, you know, as a hobby, and I turned it into a job, but it is, you know, not my number one thing that's most important to my life. So I literally just don't care about clout. And aside from that fact, I had more clout when I was defending Jeffree all the time and being on his payroll than I would being against him. His stands are vicious.
I think that's genuinely like a defense that's like starting to annoy the hell out of me. Like, Nikki Cameron is putting together a Jeffree Star video. Oh no, I keep doing that. The thing is, I don't know, I always assume I'm just doing whatever. And then somebody like within my pretty close contemporary, or like we're mutuals or something, like puts out like the same video, and I feel really bad. Anyway, I hate that like people want to discontinue like or discount everything. Like any criticism towards anyone ever, it's like you're just doing it for clout. It's like you are their clout for just being like a weird stan. You have gripes with me. I have gripes with your fave. We're not that different, you know? Oh yes, the Two Cakes comic. Oh my god, true.
And they don't care, and you guys know who you are. And so speaking out about Jeffree is harder to do than defend him. So let's just get that perfectly clear. This is not for clout. I just want to get this off my chest finally. And Cam really helped give me the courage to do so. After I watched this video, I was like, oh my god, if he can do it, I can do it. So with that said, let's just do this. So you guys know that my relationship began with Jeffree Star when I made a video on the alien palette and plagiarism, and he did not watch the video. He called me out on Twitter, and then people called him out because he didn't watch the video. And then he later DM'd me, apologized, followed me. I followed him, obviously, and we exchanged phone numbers, and our relationship began from there. One of the biggest questions that a lot of people asked me was, did Jeffree send you tea? Like all the time, did he send you tea? And the answer to that, honestly, is no. Jeffree Star did not always send me tea. Did he do it quite a few times? Yes, he did. It was throughout a year and a half. He did it a few times, but it was not all the time. Now, he did text me sometimes being like, oh my god, what was your tweet about? What's the tea? And I would tell him what was going on, and that was probably more so the case. However, he did send me tea sometimes, not all the time. As far as Dramageddon 1 goes, we were not communicating at that time, so that had nothing to do with Jeffree. He did not send me any tea during Dramageddon 1. Now, as I said in this video, this is really me owning my part of the downfall of James Charles. It needs to be done. I know that I have publicly apologized to James numerous times. He has unblocked me. I've apologized in numerous videos, as you guys know, but it's just not enough. You guys deserve the truth. He deserves the truth. The world deserves the truth. So I'm going to tell you why and how it all came about, and how I feel about it, basically. And I'll be honest with you guys, I feel used and I feel manipulated, basically, but you will see why very soon. So you guys know, going back into December, early January, James Charles and Jeffree Star's relationship seemed to be okay. They were doing videos together, they were very supportive of each other, they were tweeting, and then it just all started to go downhill. James Charles was getting into a lot of drama. I believe one or the other had unfollowed one another, and people were noticing little things, but Jeffree Star, to my knowledge, I went through my text messages, I didn't see any text messages from Jeffree with regard to James at that time. If you guys recall, he was dealing with the theft of his concealers, like in March and all of that stuff, so James Charles really kind of wasn't on the whole radar, aside from the videos that we were making of the drama that he was getting in over and over and over. And you guys even noticed, like, you guys are making a lot of James Charles videos. So I really didn't ask Jeffree about James Charles at the time because I was always kind of nervous. Let me just put this out there. I was kind of nervous to text Jeffree. So I text him. I mean, I did text him quite a few times, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like to wait for him to text me. So that was what I did sometimes, unless I really needed like a statement or etc. So now let's talk about Dramageddon 3 and what actually happened. So you guys know that, you know, James Charles did the sugar bear hair thing. Tati got upset. She did her, I believe it was on Instagram or Snapchat, maybe both, I can't recall. And you knew that their relationship was falling apart. But Jeffree Star was staying pretty silent, but not behind the scenes. So on April 29th, Jeffree Star texted me and said, there are so many dark things that are going to come to light soon, and none of them involve me. Just buckle up. So I texted him back and I said, oh no, I hope not, James. I can't make another video on him in a row, but I'm ready. I've been sent so much stuff today just about him. I am at a loss. And you guys know that. And I meant that because you guys were so tired of James Charles videos. And he said, it's all going to come out. Whatever you think that means, it's 10 times worse. He's a monster. And as I said, Jeffrey and I'm not going to like go back and show all of our messages. If Jeffrey wants to call me out on anything that I've done in the past, by all means, I don't care. Call me out. You know what I mean? For this video, I literally don't care. I'm only addressing the James Charles stuff. So
it's a little weird though to say that you feel like you want to withhold information because people are annoyed by your video frequency. This is also why I feel like the opportunistic like content cycle causes an issue, because most people won't just like wait. Like let's just think about like, let me see how many sensitive society videos were made about I'm Alex, for example. I feel like it's like 4 at least. Which, like, why this guy has 500k subs will genuinely baffle me for until the end of time, but I digress. I don't know who this person is. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 I'm Alex videos almost in a row. 5 Anissa / iDubbbz videos in a month, in the same week. 6 if you let the 2 weeks come in. Yeah, I feel like it's like all 8 minutes, by the way. Like a lot of them are like 8 minutes. Okay. Love that.
Having that rapport with Jeffrey, I believed him. Like, in my heart, I believed something was up with James Charles. And my mind automatically went back to Manny. Like, oh, did he use you? Like, it never went to where Dramageddon 3 went. Or 2, I'm sorry. It never went there. Like, never.
According to, like, Peter Mon, apparently, like, the beef actually started because Manny MUA's family was being really nasty about Nikita Dragon. Because Nikita Dragon and Manny's brother were flirting or something, but like the family's like Mormon or something, and they're like super transphobic, and then Jeffrey got mad about it or something, which is like kind of shocking that like it could possibly have come from like a somewhat good place, but very interesting to never bother to reveal that and just be like to forward your message on the most like opportunistic way possible, and like the most opportunistic components of it possible. Very interesting. Anyway,
a million years to go there. So I said, oh my God, Jeffrey, you have me shook right now. You were so close to him. And he said, we all were. Shane, Tati, the Dolans, Emma, we are all done. And I said, wow, that's disappointing. I had a lot of hope for him. Now, so like I said, I believed him and I pried. So obviously on the drama channel, so I texted back, like, I'm not trying to pry, even though I kind of was. Like, what is going on? Just let me know so I can be on the lookout. Like, what do I need to know to look out for? And then you see the next text message and it says, oh my God, that's disgusting. Well, that's because Jeffree Star had sent me a voice note. Now, in that voice memo was when he basically said to me that James Charles was a point blank period. He did not go into details at the time, but that was what he implied. So I said, oh my God, that's disgusting. And he said, we're all questioning if he has a soul. So I believed Jeffrey. I did. I believed him. You know what I mean? I feel so stupid for it too. Like, I feel so stupid. So on May 1st, Jeffree Star texted me again and he said, it's far from over. Gage got out safe. And that was after we had uploaded our video.
His eyes are so dead it's haunting, like a demon. Girl. Me when drunk cigarette offered. Me, not actually me, but I'm just trying to make memes out of this because that's just so silly. It's a Getty Images, like. Your eyes gotta be pretty steady when you hold up lashes like that. Girl. That's actually crazy. Yeah. Like, I think the craziest thing about this whole, like, drama... I don't like using the word crazy, but you think that, like, the most, like, bizarre... It's giving Twilight Zone, Black Mirror vibes of all of this is, like, this whole Dramageddon was people caving to James Charles like the entire time. Like, it's the, like, I'm sorry to James Charles Olympics. It's actually so weird to look back on. I always remained skeptical. I think it was like it was like right before the new allegations came out. I like resubscribed to him because I was kind of making videos a little bit. And then, but you don't see any of those. And also because I was like, oh, maybe he like actually like changed it. I kind of want to see what happens, you know? I was like, so it took 2 years, and I was kind of like, oh, I'll give him the enough benefit of the doubt that I'll like resub and see what he's doing. And then it was like 2 months later, it was like, rip bozo. So
where James had sent us all of the text messages.
The most intense urge to play Lego Fortnite. Oh my god.
What would you guys think if a friend, someone you considered a friend, because I wholeheartedly consider Jeffrey my friend, what would you do if he said it's far from over, Gage got out safe? So where would your mind go? You guys can do with that as you will, but that's where my mind went. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. I believed him. I believed that James Charles was the person that he was making him out to be. Then he sent me a picture and said his eyes are so dead, it's haunting. And then I sent him a screenshot from someone who said, I wonder who leaked the messages. You guys all knew it was James who leaked the messages. And he said, it's also twisted. James isn't a real normal thinking human being. It's scary. And then this is something that when I was going through for this video, I caught this and I was like, because so many people have been saying Shane was involved. You know what I mean? He mentioned it on Mom's Basement. Shane was involved. And I was like, it didn't even dawn on me. Like, I had these messages. He said, Shane and I feel like this weekend something bad is going to happen with all of this. James is playing with so much fire right now.
He looks like those yassified Roblox skins. I ironically want to ban you for that, but I won't. Because I'm mad that that's so funny that I didn't come up with it. I wish YouTube gave me the ability to gift you a subscription for that. But I can't. You can't gift to specific people.
Why does Shane and you feel like that? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't dawn on me at the time, like, that it does now. You know what I mean? What is Shane's involvement? Shane had no reason to really be involved in this. So then I put 2 and 2 together with the Mom's Basement, and now Cam coming out and talking about Shane cussing out James Charles. Yeah, I kind of put 2 and 2 together now, and it all makes sense. Now, according to my messages, there may have been voice notes since, and I'm sorry, I don't keep my voice notes, but my next messages from Jeffrey were on May 6th, okay? And that was when he texted me and said, I wonder when someone is going to expose James Charles getting a Brazilian butt lift and liposuction on his chin. I'm waiting. So I sent the IT.
But then he got a real, like, BBL, like, a year, like, 2021 or something. These BBLs killing y'all. The what is it? The ass and the thighs don't match or whatever. Give China your job for 5 minutes. Oh boy. Yes, here's my YouTube password. Here's my government name. Here's my social insurance number and my AdSense number. Go crazy, gang. LaMayo. Anyway.
Emoji. Let's talk about that. There, he sent me tea, right? But if you guys go back, I never did a video on that. I wasn't comfortable doing a video on that because even though I personally don't have plastic surgery, like, you do you know what I mean? I have nothing against plastic surgery, so I was like, if James wants to get plastic surgery, like, okay. I just kind of blew it off, basically. He said, can you imagine doing all that just for a Coachella weekend? Effing disgusting. And I put the teeth emoji or whatever. And then he said, like, he just keeps going because I'm just kind of like, you guys can see, like, I'm not really even responding because it's like, I truly knew I wasn't going to do a video on that. It just wasn't, I didn't care about it. And then he said, after our Seattle trip with Tati, notice how he went a little ghost because he couldn't sit.
I don't really answer questions with, like, the household pet stuff. I did, however, and it was also my first pet, I think, but we did have a cat for a long time. We had an orange cat named Pork Chop. And I feel like that's just some piece of lore that I feel like y'all would like to have. Because I think it's funny.
Down for a month. And I said, when did he do that and be away from social media long enough? And he said, you can be fully active on social media, just notice he was never sitting. Then I said, Tati's birthday, yes, I remember. I think there was a voice note in between there. He goes on to say, Manny 2.0, calling it now, wait for someone to upload their video on James this week. You're gonna gag. So we all knew a video was coming. And with everything that had happened with Tati, we all knew that it was going to be Tati. And while I do not have the text messages, I can tell you right now that I received a voice memo from Jeffree Star at one point before Tati's video saying that someone from Seattle was going to be making a video. Now, do I know if he was referencing Tati or the waiter from Seattle? I don't remember. I don't recall. He He didn't say. Now, like I said, I don't have the receipts for that because it came in a voice note. Jeffree Star's not stupid. Only certain things were sent in text messages. But then he goes on to tell me that someone was going to upload this video this week. I was going to gag.
I know you were making a personal information joke, and that's why I'm saying, I'm going to preface with that that's not an answer to anything. Yeah, I know. I usually do, like, more difficult ones than that.
And then I'm pretty sure I probably sent him a voice note after that. And then on May 7th, James Charles had started losing a lot of subscribers. And that was before Tati's video was even posted. And then on May 10th, when Tati's video finally came out, he texted me and said, I'm so glad the truth is finally out. It's so deep and dark. And then, obviously, there's no messages there. We've sent voice notes back and forth. And then
Imagine sending memes about yourself. That's actually crazy. That's like the same thing to me as like tiny micro influencers like making like fake fan accounts of themselves. Like, or like people like weaponizing fan accounts. That gives the same energy where I'm like, you are so lost in the sauce. It's like actually bananas. Like, I think about like Nicki Minaj sometimes, like with the barbs and stuff in the stands, and how messy that gets. Or I think about like Jeffree sending memes about himself, and I'm like, good God, y'all, like please.
Then on May 11th, he sent me that meme. I asked if I could tweet it. And then he said, I love that you guys filmed your reaction. It looks so spooked and good. So, you know, you guys can take that as you will. He said that he loves seeing me get views. You know, I have no excuse for this, but something I do find very interesting is down here for my little drama channel, I'm shook. I'm almost at 80,000 and I'm so thankful and happy. You know, I was sitting there thinking about that and someone pointed it out to me at the same time. Jeffree Star has millions of followers.
Yeah, y'all, why am I not at 80,000 subs? It's your fault. I'm just joshing y'all. I'm clearly I'm getting a little bit tired. But I do want to finish this video really bad because I need to watch it anyways.
Why does someone like that have a relationship with
Caitlin Brogan? We've been watching like videos for like referencing Dramageddon 3 through this document that I have. Also, we talked about Bubbly for a while.
80,000 at the time drama channel, unless it's to tell their narrative or manipulate someone or get their side of the story across. Like, he had no reason to be nice to me and no reason to be my friend. Because frankly, in Jeffree's eyes, and I've learned this just from the past couple months, I am beneath Jeffree. I am like the shit in his toilet. And he's probably said that before behind my back. Look how he talked about Rich behind his back. I noticed Tad took his video down, so I don't know what's up with that. I know Sanders re-uploaded it. I'll link it down there if you want to watch it. But yeah, he talked about Rich Lux. Do I believe he ever talked about me behind my back? Absolutely. I'm sorry, I do. I don't believe otherwise. Also, the other thing that I found really interesting was on May 12th, he said, asking Shane now if he screenshotted the #1 trending. YouTube removed it after a few hours. Why would he text me that? And why would Shane need that? I mean, was it for his documentary? See, that's the other thing that kind of, I have questions about. Looking back, like, about the planning of this. I know a lot of you think that we helped plan it. As you can see from my messages, I didn't plan anything. I just knew about stuff, like right before stuff would happen so that I could be ready to make a video. And I sent him the screenshot of the #1 on trending by Sister. And yeah. And then the day that he sent the Predator tweet, I told him I needed to change my thumbnail. And then after he had sent that, he said, I'm about to drop the most jaw-dropping statement. 1 second. So that was when he went on the Snapchat rant after he sent the Predator tweet. I knew this Snapchat rant was coming. So yeah, he told me it was coming. Obviously, that's how I got my video up. It got millions of views. It's terrible. So I said, okay, waiting. And he said, done. I just beheaded him with 1 tweet. And I said, oh. Also, on May 13th, he said, I'm turning off Sisters Apparel website shortly, cutting ties after a business call with my team. So I knew about that in advance. And then I said I was getting ready to do a video on Gabriel. And then he said, I can't believe how dumb Gabriel is being. And then I tweeted out that Gabriel had been nothing but kind to me because he had. Gabriel has always been kind to me. So I have nothing bad to say about Gabriel. But I said that I told him it wasn't his place. And I still didn't think it was. Exactly. He shouldn't have went so hard on Tati. You know, if these messages can't just show you guys like everything, I don't even know what to say. May 16th, how was I feeling about Tati's video? May 17th, me addressing James and straight men are on Snapchat, just finished, so heads up on that. And then we're going to come to May 18th, and that was the day before Jeffree dropped his video. Now, this is something that I really want to discuss. On that day, I had a phone call with Jeffree, and he was explaining to me that he had a voice note from someone that I shall rename nameless, and that he didn't know what to do with it. He didn't know what type of video to do the next day. And I told him, basically, that it's not your story to tell. That's what I told him. It is not your story to tell. And I also told him, but at the same time, without saying it, are you covering for a possible... So I told him that that was a choice he had to make. That was a video choice he had to make, and he had to decide for himself what he was going to do, you know, and ultimately he decided to make the video that he made, and that is when we're going to get into those messages. So on May 19th at 6:40 p.m. he said hi. And I said, hey babe, how are you? And he said, I'm uploading in 30. He said, it's nothing that you or anyone else is expecting. I'm in a good headspace. And I said, okay, I'm at the ER. I'll have to watch it when I get home. And he said, please tell me you're okay. And that's when I talked about how I had my panic and anxiety attack. He asked me what triggered it, and I told him I wasn't sure what triggered it, and I knew exactly what triggered it. I didn't say it at the time, but I knew exactly what was triggering it. And it was everything. It was all of the drama, all of the videos, all of the pressure, all of the money. It was everything. And then I thought, I had seen so much. I saw James Charles' story on CNN and Fox News, and I'm like, all of this without a shred of evidence. But in my heart, I was like, okay, but Jeffrey's never lied to me. He's never lied to me. He's always been my friend. He's always been there.
God, this aged like milk, bro. Oh boy. I think for me, like, I talked about this too, like when I rewatched No More Lies, right? It was like he sort of does admit to being like too much. You know what I mean? So it was very interesting to like go back and look at it for sure.
For me when I've needed him. I know he's not lying. So I was struggling with that mentally, like doing all this stuff and painting this picture about James Charles with no evidence, all on hearsay. I was really, really struggling with it, and I just lost it, and I couldn't control it. And then after that, you guys came for me hard because I didn't make a video about Jeffrey's response. And you guys know that if you look at the timeline of that, well, I deleted all of the Dramageddon videos a while ago because I didn't want them on my channel anymore. I don't care about millions of views. I just don't care. So I deleted all those videos. But at the timeline, I didn't come back until the Jaclyn Hill lipstick stuff, which was like a month or two later. I took a break. I was done. I was absolutely spent mentally, physically. I was just done, and I wanted to just be away from YouTube. I thought after I took that, I could come back and everything would be okay. I mentally was in a terrible headspace, so I just stopped YouTube altogether, and I still struggle with it. I don't know the truth, and all I know is that I helped take part in the downfall of James Charles's career. He fed me all of that information. I believed all of that information with no evidence, just because I thought that he was my friend, and we had a good rapport, and in the end, I feel like he was manipulating me the entire time. And the other thing that I want to talk about too, a lot of people are going about the clout thing. I think I already addressed it, but you know, Jeffrey said something to me a while back. In December, January, when there was hairs coming out in the Shane Dawson palette, and it turned.
So, am I stupid, or like, did Ashley Kyle like fully delete her channel? Like, it looks like the channel is just like entirely gone.
Turned out to be the fibers. I did that video. Okay, I did it, and I took a lot of heat for that video. And
hi, Beehive Boy.
Like, you do your videos.
I'm heading off soon, though, unfortunately. But you can watch on the rewind or whatever.
Still supporting me. So I was trying then to pull away. I knew in my heart I was trying to pull away because something in my gut just doesn't feel right. And I don't know what it is. Is it his past? Is it who he is today? I don't know what it is, but something in my gut does not feel right anymore. And you know, when he first started talking to me, it was like, oh, Jeffree Star's my friend, and I had his number, and oh my God, I have Jeffree Star's number. You feel special? And I'd never talked to a celebrity or been around one, so it was just like, so stupid, so stupid. So I asked a lot of you guys on Twitter that I told you guys I was going to be making this video, and if you have any questions, just to let me know, and I would try to answer all of them honestly. And Gigi said, when and how did you realize that receiving PR was influencing your content and opinions? I'm curious about this because I know it was subconscious, but did you think it was a possibility before you began receiving PR? I think that just having his phone number and having that communication open with Jeffrey was influencing my, subconsciously influencing how I did my videos before I started receiving PR. PR was just icing on the cake because I truly in my heart felt like he was my friend, and it's hard to do bad videos shedding your friend in a bad light. Did I believe I was doing that? No, because I was like, I believed everything he said, even on any particular situation. So you automatically want to defend your friend. So I think it was subconscious, but I think it was long before I started receiving PR that I was on the payroll. How did you get on his PR list? I think I told you that I got the Jawbreaker collection. He had been promising me collections before that. He just never sent them, and then one day he did. How often did Jeffrey DM you with exclusive information about tea, about other influencers? And I think I already answered that. Every now and then he did, but it really started during the Dramageddon too. Do you know if Shane was involved in the James Charles situation? I think looking back now, I think he was involved. And I only say that because of my messages from Jeffrey, which you saw referencing Shane. I didn't put two and two together at the time, but now I do. Do you now believe that all of the videos made on ex-friends that maybe Jeffree Star is the common denominator in his failed friendships? I absolutely believe that. And I think that, not that I'm saying this for drama or for tea, but I would love to hear now, I truly would love to hear their side of the story. Like, truthfully, that's me being 100% honest. I believe that he is the common denominator, and Jeffree Star is no one's friend. I tweeted this out earlier. He's no one's friend but Jeffree Star. He only cares about himself, and that's it. He's no one's friend, and there's nothing that anyone can say that will make me ever believe that. How much were you told about Dramageddon? Has he ever hinted at it before it happened or anything of that sort? Obviously, I just told you that. I knew about it before it happened. Not exactly what was going to happen, but I knew like an idea of what was going to happen. Do you feel like you found your voice? Yes, I do, especially after making this video. It feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulder. How did Jeffree Star use his power money to control the drama channel narratives? At the time, did you believe his narratives? Absolutely. And as far as his power money, I think he just made you believe he was your friend. And that's all it took, at least for me. He just made you think he was your friend, and he cared about you, and he cared about your success of your channel, all that stuff. And as far as money goes, the more success you have, the more money you make. So that was that part. Did you believe his narratives? Absolutely. I believe everything he told me. Or just report based on how he wanted you to, regardless. He never told me how to report something. Let me clarify that. Jeffree Star never told me how to report on my videos. He never said, you need to say this, or this be your opinion. I always gave my opinion.
Yeah, there's no channel anymore. It's gone. There is no Ashley Kyle channel anymore.
Because of my friendship? Absolutely. What is it about him that his channels and stands under his control where they never question him? I don't know. I didn't for a long time. I believed everything he told me. I don't know what it is. When did you go from speaking your truth on Jeffree at the beginning of your channel to siding with him? Definitely probably not too long after, we started having communication. Now, lastly, one of the biggest questions I've seen on Twitter is, how much money did you guys make during Dramageddon? You guys want to know what being on Jeffree's payroll was for me. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This isn't to flash money. This isn't to throw it in your face, because I've never made money like this in my entire life. I don't make money like this average on YouTube. Not even close to this average. So this was a huge surprise. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a huge blessing for me and my kids and my family. I did feel like I was blessed, but at the same time, it was at James Charles's expense. So I feel like shit about it. And if I could take it back, I would. It wasn't worth it at all to me. I'd give it all back tomorrow if I could. I would. I just would. So many of you have asked me, and I've seen the questions on Twitter, what it cost to be, what I got paid to be on his payroll, especially during Dramageddon. The answer to that question was $37,162.24.
That number makes me want to commit scream cry. Also buy Cooking with Silence. Y'all. That like pays loans off situation type deal. Like that's like, oh my god, I promise you. I think my highest month ever was like, I have to convert it, but I think it was like 3,200 US or something like that. Like I do not make a lot. I never ever ever make money like that.
That is what I made during Dramageddon 2 that May, and it's not worth it. It's dirty money, and all because I believed Jeffree, and I feel terrible about it, and I'm never gonna be able to apologize enough to James. But I hope that by making this video, you guys can all see how manipulative he was. Talking about my success of my channel, and just all the times he's told me that we were friends and that he, cared about me and my success and my channel, and it makes you feel stupid. I know a lot of people have an opinion about Tati, where Tati is, where she's gone. I hope Tati comes back and tells her truth. You guys saw the Instagram post she put up. I hope she does, because I truly believe that she was also manipulated into making that video. I believe that with every ounce of my soul. Now, whether you guys choose to forgive her, forgive me, that's on you. And I understand if you don't, 100% understand. But I believe that Jeffree Star manipulated her too. I think that Tati is so much like me. Maybe that's why I look up so much to Tati. I think she's like me in the ways that she can be naive. And I know that about myself. You guys know that about me. You always try to see that good in someone. You always want there to be that good in someone. And when there isn't that good in someone, you get disappointed. And, she saw what she saw with Sam, the waiter. But let's be real, that he was for clout. That was all clout chasing in and of itself. But I think that Jeffree was feeding her just like he fed me. I believe that in my head. And then the whole sugar bear hair thing, it just was one thing after another. And I think she was manipulated into making that video. So, as I said before, he said someone's going to make a video this week. He had told me that someone from Seattle was going to make the video. Now, he never specified whether it was Tati or Sam. But like I said, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've disappointed you in any way. This is me owning my truth and what happened. And if I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments. I'm an open book. I will make another video. I will show you receipts on Twitter. If you feel like I missed something, I don't care anymore. I literally just don't care anymore. I want James to know the truth and how this was handled behind the scenes with me as a drama channel. And I'm not expecting forgiveness, but I hope one day that maybe he can. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And again, James, I am so sorry.
That gave me horrific existential dread. It did. It did. I also want to know if the video I upload to Internet Archive is searchable yet. Internet Archive is loading like poo-poo for me today. Holy moly. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Ooh, it's like stuck in my brain so bad. Y'all, I uploaded Why I Did It, Tati, and you still can't search it, which sucks. I was hoping that it was going to be helpful for somebody, but I'm feeling like it's not going to be. Because it's like, oh, it's right here. You're welcome, y'all. So I put this up on Internet Archive because it could not be found, like, anywhere. It, like, the only reason this is up, see, is because Dustin Daly had it in his hard drive, so I put it up. So if any of y'all want to watch this yourself also, it is up on Internet Archive now as well. You can even see that I think I uploaded it as like Why I Did It stabilized because I had to restabilize the video file. Yeah, it's right there, see? Why I Did It. By stabilized just means I re-render it. But, okay, so you can find it. Anyway. This is where I'm going to end off the stream. I hope you kids have an amazing day. I want to try to, like, touch grass today, maybe. I might go to the gym. Perhaps. Except the fun girl gym closes too soon, so I'll have to go to the one with men in it. Anyway, I hope y'all have an amazing day. And I'll see you around. Bye.